What is going on, players? And welcome back to Rebel Rescue with me, FoggyPlays, on FM22. Today, we're going to be playing at least two, maybe three games in the Europa League, just to see how we fight, just to find out how the Europa League group ends. First of all, Slovan Bratislava. Second potential game is Olympiacos, and then, if needs be, we'll take on Roma. But if you do want to enjoy this episode, do of course make sure to leave a like and subscribe. But only if you want to. I can't. Potentially all three games today, depending on what we have to do to find out where we finish in the group. Form has been pretty good since you were here last. You saw the youth intake, which happened the day before the St. Pat's game, which we lost. Very frustrating. 3-4 to St. Pat's. Not a bit impressed. Then we smashed Bowes, which, you know, as you do. Unfortunately, Vestergaard missed a penalty because he was on a hat-trick, so Colin Whelan didn't get to take one, which was sad. Then we beat St. Pat's again, smashed Olympiacos 3-0, which was unexpected. I know we were at home, didn't expect to beat them. Shamrock Rovers, again, beat them. It was a squeaky bum time. Unfortunately, Colin Whelan has missed penalties recently, which is very unexpected. We played Longford in a friendly because we had a massive break. Then we played Dundalk twice back to back. Cian Murphy, 92nd minute equaliser, quite frustrating. And then they played a draw again, which was just why we were after 25 minutes we were 3-0 ahead. Colin Whelan missed the first penalty there. Then we played Slovan Bratislava in the home game, smashed them 5-1. Colin Whelan did miss a penalty but did score, so you know, it's all good, I guess. 7-0 against, I think at the time, not quite, but then after the match, relegated Shelburne. Then we played Waterford, one of our local rivals. I think it's our only proper rivalry in the top division, apart from Derry City, who we played twice after them. We put 8 past Derry over 2 games. We've been in pretty good scoring form, so can only hope that everything goes well. League-wise, we're champions, 10 points clear of Derry with a game left to play, so it's all down to... Actually, Derry and St. Pat's are the only ones that can affect Europe. UCD and Shelburne, again, Sligo Rovers somehow survive. And we are top of the group. Just need to avoid defeat today, and I think we qualify potentially. We do have some tired players because the games are coming thick and fast. Yeah, so I don't know how many changes have been since the last game we played that you saw. So we're just going to go out with this one and hope for the best. The main changes would be Gail Misa at right wing. Onofriti is going into the centre because Vestergaard is very tired. Roy Quigley is exhausted, so Gauthier is starting. Jean is suspended, so Sullivan is playing as a central midfielder on attack. Where, just going to put this out there, he has been playing quite well. Just gonna, you know, let the world know that we're going to lose this game and he's going to play terribly. But Derek Sullivan has been having a good time of it in the position I'm starting him in. Yeah, win could see us into the first knockout round. Winning the group gets us into the second knockout round, if I'm not mistaken. So we're just go out there, lads, and just play. We've done quite well in the group so far. Carlsberg has been quite tired. He has played, I think this is his 52nd game. All starts. He scored 25. Yeah, because I looked at it and it was like 51. And I was like, oh, he's, you know, almost 2 games, 1 goal kind of player. But he's had a couple of games rest because he is dying, like the poor man. We did play an asymmetric system in the last game against Derry because I wanted to rest some of my players. And I don't really want to play some of them. Oh, Sullivan looked like he might have been offside. But no, the keeper pushed it aside. So we have a corner. Carlsberg, with said corner, cannot find one of our players. And their clearance finds one of their players, Drazic, their striker. Very good. They're playing a very narrow system. Very narrow indeed. I think we're playing a narrow-ish system as well. Game's been fine. We should have scored a goal according to XG. We have exactly one. But we're not going to worry about it right now. Gautier, who actually was injured coming into this game, and I told the media that he definitely would not be playing. So I lied to them. Ha ha ha. Slovan Bratislava were listening to my interview, and they were like, we don't have to worry about Clement Gautier, who isn't even first choice. He's like the utility defender who can play either wing back position, and unfortunately Gail Misa cuts in and can't get enough on it to put it in the back of the net. We have a corner again. Carlsberg finds Coleman, or Menno puts it in the back of the net, and there is no complaints. We are 1-0 ahead. We've taken the lead against Slovan Bratislava, which according to the bookies, we shouldn't be winning this game. It is their home game, but I'm 99% sure. So they can only score. So okay, I guess it depends on the. No, because we'd still be. Yeah, we've had a lot of shots. I'm happy. Vincent Day's not having a great game, of course. I think irregardless we'll qualify today, and it would just be a case of beating Olympiacos in the next game. Oh, Carlsberg almost put a beautiful ball through for Colm Whelan, who's been off form a little bit recently. It's quite frustrating, but Gail Mees has picked it up, puts it inside, and Guba puts the ball in the back of his own net. Slovan Bratislava's under 21 centre back. They must be having as many issues. Well, I suppose we're not really having too many issues. We're just rotating poorly more than anything. Have ourselves a little bit of a cushion. 2-0 against Slovan Bratislava. Finance-wise, we're in a fantastic situation. We've had 13 million-ish, almost 13 million in the bank. That was a nice goal. Quite disappointed in Setford for not, doing something to stop that, but it's fine. Everything's fine. We're not going to capitulate and draw this game, are we? No, because we're going to capitulate and lose it. Because that is what we do. Please don't. Please. Oh no, I was messing. I do not want to lose this game. Oh, beautiful tackle block by one of our defenders, Duca, who's been called up to play for the Romanian national team again. We have 2 international players at centre back, and I love it. We're going to make a change in the not too distant future. Gail Misa is having a less than fantastic game, so we're just going to put Onofriti back out there. Vestergaard can come on as an advanced playmaker on attack, because that's what he does. Osene is going to come on for Colm Whelan, because he's not having the best of games either. And Vincent Day can come off, or Gautier can move and play on the left. Quigley can come on and play on the right. Bada bing, bada boom, all changes made. Don't really need to make do any more changes. It's fine. Slovan Bratislava do have an English player playing in their ranks. Used to play for Watford, I think. That was not a very good attempt at a cross. Ormeno. Ormeno has 2 of his 3 goals for the season in this one game. That surely wraps up the win. It's 10-ish minutes left. Yeah, I think we're fine. Gray started at left back, moved to attacking midfield, moved up to play as a striker. They're playing Subanic as a left back and a striker. I have a player in my under 19s who can do that, but he's not very good. at either. I'm training him to be a left back. My whoever my under 19s manager is just keeps playing him as a striker, and I'm like, stop. Oh, Quigley with that tackle. It seemed to be a perfect tackle because we didn't get didn't give a penalty away, and now Andre Green. That was quite a decent cross. They should have probably played with wide players rather than going narrow and playing the diamond, but it's fine. We've won the game. I think potentially that puts us through in the group. Maybe. You dominated the match. You were brilliant. We did suffer just a little bit when we made substitutions, but we will be back in the next part of this video, potentially just to take on Olympiacos, because I don't think we can fall out of the top two of this group now. You'll have to wait and find out though in just a sec. Right, fellas, much time has passed since the game against Slovan Bratislava. It feels like it's been a long time. It has actually been quite a while. It's been 3 weeks in game. Our last league game of the season, we drew with Waterford. They scored right at the end. It was pretty much the last kick of the game. I was a bit frustrated, but that's all well and good. We played our Irish Champions Cup final against Linfield yet again. Smashed them 3-0 at home. Went to their place and did the business. 6-1. Not a doubt in my mind were we going to win those 2 games. We did have, I think it was 19 players. I think it was 19 on international duty for the first leg, which, you know, that's a lot of players to have away on international duty. But they all came back. Pretty much all of them came back. I think there was 9 players still on international duty for the second leg, but we demolished them. Threw a friendly in against Carricktool just to keep everyone nicely fit. Just some of the players that haven't had games recently, chucked them in, and they did pretty well. As you can tell, Ralyochenko has been playing quite well recently. 7 goals in 12 appearances, so that's pretty good. I'm happy with that. And we're going to take on Olympiacos, which were already qualified from our group. Qualified as first seed, so as I thought, we don't need to worry about anything. We're going to top the group regardless, so we're not even going to bother playing the Roma game. I'll bring you back whenever we get the draw for the next lot of games, because we only have 2 games left this season. So it'll actually be the end of season review is the next time you see me, which you're welcome. UCD also did manage to survive relegation, so I think they'll be decently happy. I think I'd be decently happy. I would be happy as well, just, you know, side note, if these 4 our main 4 defenders could pick up bookings for in today's match, so we can lose them for the Roma game and not have to worry about playing them without them missing one of the knockout games. We do have an injury to Reece Griffin and Vestergaard. That's not overly important. Vestergaard just has a stub toe, which is a little bit unfortunate, but we do have a number of players we swapped out for this game from the last one, because from the last game they a lot of them they were on the bench because they just needed a bit of a rest. Yeah, we're going to send the assistant to that. We don't really need anything. It would be nice if we could win this game. I don't think we're going to. In saying that, like, we are top of the group. We're unbeaten. We've been significantly better than everyone so far. But this is an away game. I don't expect anything in away games, especially since, like, there's some of our players, you look at them and you're like, how are you playing Champions League or Europa League football? Like, our left back played non-league. Colin Whelan had a bit of a speculative effort. They all count. We had a better XG than their shot. So yeah, it's, you know, it's fine. We don't need anything out of this game. It's the second last game of our season. Colin Whelan is, however, chasing down the ball, so he really does want to win this, because I think he's realised, even though he's scoring lots of goals, he's not necessarily guaranteed first choice anymore, because his form has been wayward, to say the least. And somehow Carlsberg has put that in the back of the net. I wasn't really expecting that to go anywhere. I thought he might cut it across. I think it hit one of the defenders and went into the back of the net. We'll have to have a look at it again, because that's quite an interesting one. Vincent Day puts it through to Carlsberg. It does hit Framberger and goes into the back of the net. That is interesting. But yeah, Colin Whelan isn't necessarily guaranteed first choice anymore. He's still definitely our best striker at the minute. Speaking the Devil puts the ball in the back of the net for only his 55th of the season. Ugh. Yawn. I'm complaining about a guy who scores 55 goals a season. He's not been as effective recently. It's when FM decides that a player who has just been unnatural, like is just exceptional, they just decide that randomly, no, he's actually not going to be that good anymore. He's just been struggling recently. I think it must be a confidence thing. He got called up to the Irish national team in the most recent international window, along with Ryan Coleman and Roy Quigley. None of them played. I don't know why they bother calling them up, because they just never played them. I'm hoping Stephen Kenny, Carlsberg finds back in it again. This is not what I was expecting. 27 minutes in. I kind of hoping that Stephen Kenny gets sacked soon, but he's actually doing a pretty decent job, so I don't think he's going to. Just so I can get some of my players in and get them first team, or like start getting them regular international appearances. The current Irish management don't seem overly interested in playing my players. I'm guessing it's just purely because of reputation. I actually haven't checked. I wondered it. No, he didn't. Alan Murphy definitely didn't play for Ireland in the last round, because we do have an international appearance payment that has to be given to us. So he plays, I think if he plays one international, we get paid like $250,000 or something. Colin Whelan just puts that one wide. Yeah, so it'd be interesting. They're just playing the same 11 all the time. I think it was a game against Poland. It was a 3-3 draw. So, if Colin Whelan or Coleman had played, it would have been significantly less. Duca Duca's given away a penalty. Duca's been exceptional this year, so I'm not going to say anything. Duca's a monster. I honestly would not have been surprised if that said no penalty, because Duca has like 16 tackling. But Van Hooijdonk doesn't find the back of the net from the penalty. Setford with the save. That is, again, also very unexpected. Sullivan finds Vincent Day. The ex-Basford left back, Jean, finds Carlsberg. Ormeno finds Whelan. Whelan smashes it in the back of the net. 56th of the season. He just needs to score 4 more. He was top goal scorer in the league again this season. I think he's like a cheat code in this, and so is Carlsberg. I think those two are just exceptional. The only reason I'd sell Carlsberg or Whelan at this stage was if someone offered us a lot of money. And Olympiacos made 3 changes at halftime. I can kind of understand why. It is 4-0 at halftime against what you look at as like a shitter team. Like Olympiacos should never lose to Cork City 4-0, regardless of how good we are. Well, I suppose, I say that. But if we get like super good, like we're a pretty decent team. I don't think we're like dominate our group in the Europa League good yet. Actually, I was talking about like not getting rid of Carlsberg. We do actually have an offer in for a new left winger that, if it comes true, would be, I think, our record signing. And I'm here going like, Carlsberg, first choice, guaranteed, like nailed on. To be fair, he starts every game he's fit, and even the games he's not fit, he plays a lot. Deng Bowen was brought in to try and give him a little bit of a chance to get a rest, and that just did not happen. Deng Bowen really, really struggled, and now he's going back to China. So he played his last game in the Champions Cup thing, the All Ireland Champions thing. I don't know what it's called. We've won it 4 times now. Just not going to bother learning the name of it because it's not really important. Do you know what I mean? Derek Sullivan finds Ormeno Whelan might have been offside. Potentially. It looked like he could have been. Joe Aribo is after scoring a goal. Goal disallowed. As I expected, Colin Whelan was just ever so slightly offside. It was a little bit what's the word? Hopeful. Duda finds Sullivan to Duda. Quigley. Can Quigley whip it in? He can, but it's not found anyone. Coleman kind of stumbles into picking the ball off the attacker. Setford finds Carlsberg, whips it across to Onofriti. Quigley, Ormeno, penalty. Ooh, Carlsberg is on a hat-trick, is he not? I think Carlsberg has 2 goals. Penalty awarded. No, Whelan. Oh, because they're both on hat-tricks. Shit, I wish they gave the Carlsbergs. Whelan's not been great recently from the penalty spot. The guy who was like almost nailed on to score every time he stood 12 yards out. It's just turned into a guy who I prefer if it wasn't him taking it, essentially, is the way we're looking at it right now. Henry Francis is going to come on, as is Misa and Jacob Ryan for Coleman, Sullivan, and Onofriti. Just give those players a minute or two, or I suppose 15-ish minutes to rest their weary legs. And of course, Colin Whelan, potential thigh injury. What are we going to do now? Just go strikerless, I guess. I could put... yeah. Carlsberg can go up there as a false 9. Jean can just keep playing where he is now. I can't believe Whelan's picked up an injury. So he missed the penalty and got injured. Okay, well, misses a penalty, gets injured. Still, fantastic performance. Cannot say Setford was fantastic. Saved a penalty. How often do you see a goalkeeper save a penalty? You deserved a bit of a rest after that. I didn't take you off because you were injured. Took you off because you deserved a rest. So, we are going to leave the episode there. The next time you see me will be the end of season review. And I'll let you know how we get on against Roma. Because there's no point in us playing the Roma game. We've already qualified as group winners. So, if you have enjoyed this episode, do of course make sure to leave a like, comment, subscribe, share with all of your friends, and I will catch you in the next one.